Hello, hello. Welcome to Pure Light Awakening. This is Nina, and I am here to talk about the energies of the end of this year and the energies coming into 2022. We are almost at the end of this year, moving into a new year with new energies and new possibilities for everyone. So if that's something that interests you, then stick around. Okay, so I have a little bit to talk about today, and I have grabbed myself a cup of coffee. Very fun cup that I got from my boyfriend for Christmas. So if you want to kind of join me today with a cup of tea, a cup of coffee or something, and we're just going to sit down and talk, pull some cards, maybe see if there's somebody who wants to come through today and give a message. But mainly I want to talk about the shift that I have been feeling in general. Now, I said, of course, in December that what energies you potentially move into in December is your choice. And I still stand by that. And I still feel like you as a supreme being can choose what energies you play in. But what I'm talking about is the planetary energies, as in the energies of Gaia and the energies that are in our solar system. So that's kind of a potential for energies also in that sense. But what energies you as a supreme being choose to play in, that's on, that's your choice. That's where you resonate, But what I want to talk about is the general energies out there in the universe. And I felt with the full moon in December and with the equinox on the 21st of December, I felt a shift, okay? I felt something got lighter, something got more clear. I felt like I got more calm within, okay? So that was the feeling I got, which was kind of for the taking for everybody, because I felt like that was a shift that happened on the planetary level, okay? Of course, many people choose to resonate on other frequencies and maybe are not experiencing that the same way. But that's the way I experienced it. That's the way it felt for me. Okay, so I just wanted to share that. Now, there are, of course, also a mutual consciousness on this planet. And you can say a mutual consciousness is something that is created by all of us. Okay, so it all depends on where we are as one, as humans, though, not as higher beings, but as humans. And that kind of creates a sort of consciousness, something that we are all kind of tapped into, something that we're all kind of reading up on, or, is on our daily mind. And of course, this has been the past few years, what has been very much in the news and very much on our minds. And that will create a sort of mutual consciousness that we are also feeling, okay? Now, you can choose, of course, to stay in that, or you can choose to play in another energy. It all depends on where you resonate, okay? If you have chosen to wake up or chosen to evolve your physical form in this lifetime, then you might experience it as being a wake-up call for you, being where you find, what, I'm not going to go down that road. I do not want to live in fear. I don't want to play in all that news flash energy. So I want to kind of pull back and I want to do another thing. So that's where I'm at. And I'm not saying that other people are wrong or that is bad not to do so. It's where you are. It's where you resonate. It's what you want to experience. You have chosen different experiences in this lifetime. And you must be allowed to go through that without any judgment or without anybody asking why you do that. But for me, I'm in a place where what I want to experience now is letting go of that kind of wound, trauma, lack that I have been feeling as a human very much in the first kind of part of my life. And so I have been working through a lot of those emotions, a lot of those anxiety and trauma and all of those things for a long time. But now I feel like I'm ready to focus on other things, okay? It will probably still, be waves of that coming up whenever I meet up against something that might trigger or start something as an energy shift in me. Of course, I anticipate that. That's okay. But I have chosen to focus and keep my focus on another direction. And for me, that direction is logging off, taking distance, not engaging in that fear, not engaging in all the news and those kind of things. So I have chosen for me to kind of step away from that. And in that, also stepping away from energies that has been a part of my life so far that has proven not to be so good for me. I just need a sip of coffee. Oh, that's good. I hope you have a cup. Cheers if you do. I should show this. That's fun. No, anyway, so now what I feel is I feel so much more joy. Okay, I feel so much more calm because I've chosen to say goodbye to certain energies in my life that was not good for me. They did not resonate where I feel like I am right now. So that means situations. I probably won't go to the mall in the most busy time, with all those energies and the noise. I choose to steer away from that. That's not an energy that I feel is good for me. There are certain people that I have had part of my life, up until a certain point where I feel like they are not seeing me for who I am, or they are not understanding me, or they are just vibrating in a different space. And so I feel like we are misunderstanding each other, or we are not vibrating on the same frequency. It's just something that we've kind of grown apart. And so so whenever I engage with them, I feel like I have to tiptoe around them, or I feel like I have to weigh my words, because if I say that or if I say that, there will be a reaction, those kind of energies. And I have decided I'm not going to play in those energies anymore, because I have been through I've felt through all of that now, and I want to focus on another direction. So that's why I feel like those kind of energies, I just need to let them go. And there's nothing wrong with them. I mean, the people I have to let go of, there's nothing wrong with them. They are going through whatever they have chosen to experience in this lifetime. But for me, it's just, I feel like it's not resonating where I am. And when I feel like I have to tiptoe around people, that's not an energy that's good for me. So then I have to, just steer clear of that, just say no. So that's kind of what I've chosen for me. So you must feel, where are you on, where do you resonate? Who resonates with you? What kind of situations are you resonating with now? And then you draw more of that towards you. What does it make me feel energetically well? What makes me happy? What makes me smile? What makes me laugh? Where do I feel creative? Where do I feel like I am in the flow? Very often that answer is in nature. Very often engaging with nature, engaging with animals, or engaging with maybe very creative people. But you have to, as I said, you have to decide where you feel you resonate, and you stay there. But I think it's time, or my advice for you is to let go of the things that does not resonate, where you feel like you have to tiptoe, or where you feel like you get a bad feeling in your stomach when you brush up against that energy. Maybe then it's time to just say no, thank you. Thank you, but no thank you, and move in another direction. So that's kind of my advice. Okay. Remember also, what other people think of you has nothing to do with you. It has everything to do with them, because they will look upon things from the perspective of where they are vibrating at the moment. If they are vibrating at the moment in a frequency that is of the darker side, or maybe they are vibrating in a frequency of lack, or maybe they are vibrating in a frequency of victimhood, and you are not, then that will not resonate with you. Then that won't feel good for you. Okay, so then it's okay to say thank you, but no thank you. Okay. But if they are vibrating in that frequency where they are, for instance, in victimhood, they might not look upon your achievements with joy. They might judge you. They might say something negative because they are not vibrating there. So you see, it has nothing to do with you, but it has everything to do with them. So just remember that as you're moving forward, So don't let other people's opinions color the way you look upon yourself, okay? What else? I feel like that was the main thing that I was kind of guided to talk about first. Yeah, so okay. So now for the energies of the new year, the energies of this shift. As I said, I felt like the full moon in December and also the equinox on the 21st, that there was some sort of a shift, okay? A planetary shift or in the solar system. And if you're an empath or if you are on your spiritual journey, you probably felt that as well. So I feel like it's a calmer time now. I think this will last into the new year quite a bit, this calm feeling that I have. I feel like there is a breather, there's a break in something. And I think we should take advantage of that break to set some goals, to plan ahead, to, there might come a time when you are very much lacking energy. Right now, I feel like we do have some energy. Excuse me. There is a break, as I said, in the very rattling energies. And so I feel like this is a time to contemplate and to plan for the future and maybe set some things in motion. And then, because we have this, I feel like we're talking about 2 to 4 weeks, okay, where we have this pause, where we have this time to recuperate, where we have this time to gather the energies and to plan, okay? So that's my feeling, what's going to happen now in the end of 2021, beginning of 2022. Now, it's also fun to look at numerology in all of this. I mean, we are leaving year 5, which is about change. And we are moving into a year 6, which is the number for love. So there has been a lot of turmoil in 2021, and it will probably go into 2022, at least for a little bit. But I do feel like this coming year, it's so much about the individual, and it's so much about love. It's so much about standing in your power. And it's so much about those people who resonate on the love frequency will very quickly recognize each other and kind of find each other, is what I feel, and stand together as one. I feel the oneness is going to be a huge word this year. Oneness, standing together in power, in your sovereignty. And I think 2022 is where things is going to start shifting. Okay, we've been through this year of change, a year of many, all the balls being thrown up in the air at once, and okay, let's see who lands. So 2022, I think, is going to be more progress. It's going to be more of a shift. It's going to be more taking care of the little person. It's going to be more, us seeing what many situations on the planet have done to those who have the least. Okay, so I feel it's going to be a year of taking care of nature, taking care of poverty, taking care of people in need, refugees, taking care of the mental health of people we care about and ourselves, those kind of things. I feel like people are going to reach out, people are going to give a helping hand, is what I feel in this coming year. So I feel like this is going to be a far better year than 2021. But of course there will still be turmoil, there will still be residue of what we have been going through in this year of change of 2021. Okay, so that's my feeling. Okay, and that's just from my eternal self and from my my human feeling. Okay, I haven't asked anybody. This is me. Okay, now, so what else was there? I didn't write this down. It just came to me, so I just kind of needed to just have it said, sit down and just talk and get it out. Okay. Was there anything else from me? No, not right now. Okay, good. Now I want to show you a couple of crystals that I felt drawn to bring out today. I felt drawn to bring this. You've seen this before if you've seen my videos. This is such a clear quartz. I just love this quartz crystal. Very, very clear, very powerful. So I was drawn to take that out. And then this amethyst, I feel is quite beautiful as well. And then this quite big palm rose quartz. And I got a new gift, people. My boyfriend gave me for Christmas. Look at this, it's huge. It's a smoky quartz. Okay, so this is brand new and now on my table. Really, really heavy, quite big as you can see. And this is now sitting on my table where I work. And it's got very grounding and soothing energy. So when I hold this, I feel kind of in touch with nature, if you will. Okay, so that's kind of what it does for me, this one. So I have those crystals here today, and I'm going to hold on to them later and see if there's somebody here. But before we do that, I wanted to draw some oracle cards. We normally do that as well, to see also if there is some messages through the cards, and then we see, I log on to my team through my eternal self and see if there's anybody who wants to come forward to participate and to give information. Yeah, I was also okay, yeah, me as a higher self feel like it's important to also remind you of who you are. You are a sovereign being. You are a being of light. You are, if you think of the creator, source, God energy as the sun, then we are the sunbeams. So we're all connected because we're all from the same source, but we have kind of, or the God source energy chose to split into many, many, many different beams, if you will, and you are one of those beams. So we are all one, and you are made up of energy that vibrates on a frequency or different frequencies. And you chose to come here to this planet to experience what it's like to be human, to experience what it's like to feel separation from that oneness, to experience the different emotions that human beings have, because that's quite unique. We have a very big span of emotions, and so not everywhere in the universe that they have that, and in the physical form. So we came to experience that. We came to experience Gaia, this planet, the animals that she has, and kind of play in different energies. So that's why you're here. But remember who you are and who you're not. You are not your flesh. That's just a prolong of you temporarily. You are not the ego. You're not the mind. You're actually not the emotions as such in this physical form either. You are experiencing those emotions, but they are not you. Okay? You as a light being are a part of God. Christ consciousness. You are pure. You're light. And so many people also say that, for me at least, this is the truth. Okay? Since we are all one and we are all kind of part of God, for me it doesn't make sense that you have to heal something from a previous life. First of all, time doesn't exist on the other side or in the real world as it is back home where you're only light. Time doesn't exist. So there is no previous or future life. Everything is now. That's one thing. Another thing is, when you exit a physical form, you go into that, you go back to being that light. That's part of God. That is full of love. That is full of the information. Because that God source energy is the creator of everything in the universe. And since you are one with that, you are in contact with everything in the universe. Everything is one. So there isn't anything that you do not know. You know everything when you are in, you have the potential to know everything when you are in that form. So what is it that you have to learn? What is it from your previous human life that you have to take with you into a next physical form to heal? Doesn't make any sense for me. So for me, I think my task, I feel, is to remind you of who you are. And I keep saying, Supreme Being, you are a Supreme Being. You're God. You're part of God. You're part of the oneness. You as a light being, you as a soul, not the human, you as the higher self, you as the light. Okay? So as long as you are in connection with that, you don't need any healing as a soul. Your human might, but that's a different story. Okay? What I believe is happening when people are experiencing previous or future lives, if you will, if you look upon it on that timeline, I would say other lives. If you're experiencing other lives, there might be something in that life that resonates with you as a human here, that will show you as a human here something, and that might feel healing for you as a human. Okay? But there is not it's not necessary to heal anything. Okay? You don't bring something with you from another life to be healed in this life. It doesn't work that way. The one thing that also a human can feel is, because of the DNA lineage back towards the ancestors, the emotions and the energies of your ancestors are still in your DNA, your human DNA. So when people are talking about healing their human lineage, their ancestor lineage, that might be a thing, because that has to do with the physical form, the DNA that has come down from, you don't have to, but you can choose to. And that all depends on what you have chosen as a higher self to experience in this lifetime. If you have chosen to experience healing the ancestral lineage in this lifetime, then that's what you've chosen, and then that's what you do. Okay? It isn't necessary, or if it is from your ancestors, or if it isn't, very hard to know if there's something blocking your physical. But so the answer will be bringing light in no matter what. If it is your own from this lifetime, or if it's from your ancestors, it really doesn't matter. The medicine is still the same. It's bringing the light in. Okay, so just to kind of explain what you are and what you are not. And some people say, but when I'm here, Nina, I'm also human. Yes, of course you are. But I think it's also important to remember, because you cannot bring your human with you when you die, it's important to remember who you as a consciousness truly are. Okay? And people might discuss and people might not agree, but that's my take on it. Okay? I just needed to have that said. Okay, so there was one card that just popped out here, and that is Memories of Atlantis. Spiritual acceleration, progress, technology. It looks like that, and it has the Ankh symbol, as you can see there as well. So Memories of Atlantis. Now, Atlantis, for me, of course, Atlantis vibrates in a different frequency than we have on the planet right now. Some people say that it has been a part of this physical planet. That could be, but it could also be that it has existed in another dimension. That's up for discussion. But no matter what, it's the vibration of Atlantis is a higher, much higher frequency than we are experiencing on this planet at this time. So when this card comes up, spiritual acceleration, progress, and technology. So it is, I feel, an invitation for those of you who feel connected with Atlantis to reconnect and to maybe find back to that frequency you were vibrating on when you were part of that, or it can just be an invitation to accept the frequency that was vibrating at that time into your physical form now, because it was a much higher frequency, very high vibrational frequency. Okay, but for me, it's about spiritual. For the human to experience a higher frequency in the spiritual part of the human. Okay, so let us pull one more card. Merkabah Activation. Okay, I couldn't split these two cards, so I'll have to use them both. Merkabah Activation, Transcendence, Ascension, you are rising up. And Temple of Truth, Throat Chakra, Authenticity, Self-Expression. Okay, so that's about communication. So what are you communicating now? Communication isn't only from you, but it's also to you. Are you listening? Are you listening to your guides? Are you listening to what you are being guided to do? Yeah, and underneath the deck was a star gathering, stars aligned, remembering home, soul family. Okay. So these are the new cards of Kyle Gray that I'm using today. And it's very much about light activation. So activating more of the physical form, changing the frequencies within your form. Yeah, throat chakra. Yeah, so you might want to look into how your throat chakra is doing. Mine has gone through a huge upgrade this past year, actually. I've had a lot of sicknesses on my throat and my ear and kind of this area. And one after the other this fall, which was why I didn't make so many videos. So I know that it has been a huge thing for me, at least, and I've heard other people experience the same. And it's also about communicating. Okay, so for me, it's been very much about communicating what I get, communicating what is my truth, what I see, what I hear, what they tell me. So that's kind of what I have been doing, and we are, as I've said before, all kind of invited to do the same, to start kind of stepping it up and sharing that information. So Memories of Atlantis, Merkabah Activation, Speaking Your Truth, and Stars Aligned, and remembering home. As I said earlier, remember who you are. And I feel like this is such a big topic, a big thing to remember who you are. It's almost like you should have a post-it note on every mirror in the entire house saying, remember who you are. so that you kind of maybe not get dragged into the ego doing things that might not be good for you. Okay, ego is very active when you are waking up or heightening your frequency. The ego will fight it. So it is what it is. Okay, so let's see, is there any other cards here? Let's use another deck for now. Let's use another. Oh, that was two that just popped right out. Know you are loved. Yeah, so that's a message from them, most definitely. Remember that. And then there's also assess the situation. For me, that's contemplating. And that's kind of what I felt, like I said in the beginning today, that I have a feeling that we're being invited to plan, to put pen to paper, start up something now, even before, if you're watching this before New Year's, even before the New Year's, just start it up. Step into this new year with something new, with daring to, underneath the deck, step into your power. Exactly what I was trying to say now. So stepping into that power, that new you, that creative person, and no longer maybe be willing to play in the lack mentality, in the abandonment feelings and those kind of things. Yeah, abandonment has been a very big part of my life, and I've worked on it for so many years now. Yeah, but I feel like I have come to the point where I have felt it through more or less everything, I think. But of course, if it comes up more, then it will just come when it's ready. But I think I have worked through most of it, and now I'm stepping into another part of my life. It's also another, there was 2 cards that popped. I will read them momentarily. There is another teacher here on YouTube that her channel is called Soulful Revelation, I think, or Soulful Revolution. Was her Mary Jo, I think her name is. And she talks very much about the South Node and the North Node, and that we are shifting now and we're going into a constellation of Taurus, Scorpio, where Scorpio is your South Node, meaning what you have experienced so far in your life, and the North Node being the Taurus, being the new direction, the North Node. And so for me, I have a feeling that that's kind of where I'm at right now. I'm at this tipping point where I'm leaving the South Node behind. I'm leaving that first part of my life behind, which was very much about abandonment. And what she also said is that it has been very much about pleasing others up until this point. Now it's about pleasing yourself. Now it's about doing what you need to do for you. Now it's about what do you need, not what everybody else needs, but what do you need, okay? So it's very interesting. She has made some videos about North Node for each and every sign, zodiac sign, so you can look up on her channel there. Mary Jo, Soulful Revolution, I think her channel is. But anyways, so the cards that I've got here was the Amazon Queen, Battle. I am a devoted warrior of the universe. Now that's beautiful. And if you're watching this channel, I do feel like you are a spiritual warrior, that you are one of those who have chosen to wake up in this lifetime. Or else I don't think you would have found this channel. Okay, so the second card is the little star, divine. My inner child is whole and complete. That's very interesting, because this is just what I said, that I've been working on this for such a long time, or I think many of us have. But now we've come to the point where we are complete. We are done with that work now. We're leaving that behind and we're stepping into this new. Underneath the deck, the fallen star, shame. I no longer hide my face. I step into my light with love. Talk about stepping into your power, right? So, yeah, I feel like that's very much a huge message in there. I mean, if you still have wounds that you need to look at, let them come up, and you look at it, you give it love, and you feel it through, and then it will be released when it's ready to, most definitely, and that's beautiful. But I think many of us have come to the point now where we have done a lot of that, and where we are feeling ready to step into the power, ready to share, ready to receive even more of the divine light, upgrade the frequency in the physical form even more. Okay, let me have some water, and then we'll see if there's somebody here. So I'm going to hold on to my new crystal and all the other crystals, the clear quartz and the rose quartz and the amethyst and the smoky quartz new that I got. And I'm going to see if there's somebody here that wants to speak to us today. Most often there is, sometimes there's not. So let's just see. Just give me a second to sink into my eternal self and connect, and we'll see what happens. Okay? And feel free to meditate with me, or to close your eyes and to be part of this. And maybe you yourself will get some messages. Okay? Mm. Okay, so I just have to tell you what I get. The first thing I'm seeing is an eagle. And what happens is that I kind of become that eagle. And I'm soaring above the landscape. And it's very quiet. And the only thing I hear is actually me, my own, squeaking, that eagle squeak sound. And I see the wind in my feathers. And it's all just quiet. Okay? So for me, there is a message in that. It's a message to seek out the solitude, seek out the quiet, and also a message about seeing the higher perspective. Okay, so that was the first image that I was given. Okay, yeah. Okay, so I have two connections that I hear speaking to me, and one is Jeshua, or Jesus, many people call him. He is talking about the Christ consciousness. He's talking about the fact that, remember that you are all me. Remember that I was no other than you. I just remembered who I was when I was in physical form. He remembered his connection with God. He remembered that he was a light being. He remembered that you can bring the light into the physical form and things will heal by itself. He remembered that we are all one. He remembered that everyone is equally important and equally valuable. All life. Okay. And he's sending a lot of love. Whew. My heart just grew. A lot of love. Oh, I'm feeling dizzy. So he is saying, accept the love, accept the light. See that you are a supreme being, just as he is. We are all the same, meaning we are also him. Okay. Ooh. Okay. The other one that I saw here was Gabriel. Just a second. I just have to connect with his energy now, or her, non-gender specific. Okay, the clear communication. Yeah. Okay, so I'm saying he, because I'm used to it. It's not like any of the angels or have any gender. But anyways, Gabriel, she's saying he wants to be helpful in clear communication. So he wants to be helpful in you receiving messages clearly, you seeing things clearly. And I think that was why the eagle came up as well, is to see the higher perspective. I hope my video won't stop now. I don't know how much time I have. If it all of a sudden stops, then I'm sorry. Okay. No, he wants to be part of your experiencing clear messages from spirit. Okay, so call upon him, her, to be part of your communication. Okay, and he's also saying hold on to clear quartz, clear crystals. Okay, that will also help you in seeing things clearly. There's also something about the third eye chakra for some of you. You might want to look into clearing that and also the throat, because that's where you hear as well as speak. And the third eye, of course, and connection with the crown. So look upon rinsing and opening those chakras, and make sure that you meditate properly first, and then call him in and ask for his help, okay? Because then he will help you communicate and see things clearly, is what he says, okay? So he wanted to kind of offer his help in that sense for you. Anything else? Okay. Okay. Yeah, his advice is also to see if you can find the same time every day to meditate. There's something, for some reason, he's asking you to do it during the day when there's daylight. I'm not sure why that is, but I'm just conveying what I get. And set aside time, the same time every day. If it's only 5-10 minutes, but kind of make it a routine to connect. At least once a day is what he's saying. So maybe in the morning or in the afternoon, maybe for lunchtime. If you're working, then maybe you can go to the bathroom for 5 minutes and just kind of, and connect and ask him to come in and help so that you connect quickly. Okay. So that was a message as well. What else? Is there more? Anything else? Grounding. Okay. Yeah. We all need grounding. After this turmoil year of 2021, we all need a lot of grounding. So nature, of course, animals, grounding, meditations, holding on to grounding crystals. That's this one. Just have grounding on your agenda, kind of, is his advice as well. Okay. I think that was it. I think that was it for this video. So I'm going to post this today, upload it today. Today's the 29th of December when I'm making this, but I mean, it's equally important whenever you watch it. But with that, of course, I would like to say thank you for supporting my channel by subscribing or watching my videos so far. So thank you for that from my human self and my higher self. And a happy new year. And I hope you all had a good holiday, Christmas time. And drop the promises of making changes in January. We're very good at, setting goals for the next year, and then halfway through January we lose interest. Don't do that. The only thing you need to focus on is just caring for you. I think that's my only resolution for next year. Care for me. Give love to me. Give me in my physical form what it needs. Period. Okay? So that's the greatest gift you can give to yourself. So I'm encouraging you to do the same. Okay? But of course, you do the resolutions you feel is good for you. But that's my resolution. Taking care of me. Saying no to the things that no longer serves me. And taking care of my physical form. Okay? Getting even better. My physical form. So I think that was pretty much it. Thank you so much for being part of this video today. I wish you the very best moving into this new year. I will try and make more videos in the future. I have been wanting to make a lot of videos, but life happens, and so it doesn't happen the way I planned. But that's just life, okay? But I will try. And I will see you the next time I see you. Until then, thank you so much for being with me.